This is a terrifying time in America if you are not a MAGA ass-licker. And I think that that's why most of the MAGA are still on board, because you recognize exactly what we recognize, that if you cross this administration, there doesn't seem to be a line they're unwilling to cross. This is just scary. I want to point out a couple of things. One, I'm going to show Rachel Maddow. And so Republicans, while you're here, go ahead, get this out real quick. While I'm setting up this video, Republicans in the chat, can you please tell us that we're a joke because we're going to use Rachel Maddow and MSNBC is biased and they're a propaganda machine for the Democrats and Rachel Maddow's a communist and all that. Can you get all of that out real quick? Get all of the normal shit that you say that you're programmed to knee-jerk react to when I show you MSNBC. Get that out real quick while I explain the setup here. Not that long ago, when Doge was first coming into operation, I can tell you names, and let's say the names. Let's say the names, shall we? At least the debaters that we see on TikTok. Let's talk about older millennial. Let's talk about somebody I consider friendly with, maybe not a friend, conservative Lynn. You can talk about Mod. Who are our other right wingers? Dana. Anybody on TikTok? They were all saying the same shit, and most of you guys here in the chat were saying the same shit. Why would Doge want to steal your personal information? Elon Musk already has money. They're giving them access. It's read-only access. It's read-only access. They're not downloading anything. So I just want to say to every fucking Republican that's here right now that said it's read-only access, I want you to watch this. And now I want you to explain to me why you were so quick to say this was read-only access, that they didn't really have the kind of access that we were talking about. The very stuff we said, hold up, they're saying read-only access, but we don't know because they're not telling us. Well, now we have a whistleblower coming forward to Congress under whistleblower protections. This is somebody who works in IT for the National Labor Relations Board, and he spotted some activity by D.O.G.E that there's only one explanation for. Let's not dance around it. There's one explanation and one explanation only. They took the data. They copied the data. The read-only access that they claimed that they had is bullshit. They took the data. They copied it. I don't know what their plan with it. I have some theories, but it's time. You guys need to apologize. I think all the Republicans here owe us an apology and maybe a little bit of reflection today on why you were so willing to go out and repeat the administration line that, it's read only access. Here's Rachel Maddow on this is a trimmed part of the segment, but you can watch this. I think it's a 20-minute segment or maybe 10-minute segment. Also, you can read from NPR. They're the ones that broke the story.
Government to hurt people as much as they can. So, for example, it turns out they were messing with all the information on international students in a government database so they could target individual international students to snatch them off the street and arrest them and throw them in immigration prisons. Turns out they were messing with sensitive systems inside the IRS and the Treasury, at least in part, so they could use that data to go after immigrants as well. Turns out they were messing with sensitive systems inside the Social Security Administration because they have taught themselves that one way you can really destroy people's lives in this country is if you take the names of living people and declare them dead. We've now got a brand new set of allegations that we've never encountered before, thanks to a whistleblower in IT who has the technical skills to actually see what they're doing and who has now come forward to Congress and to the Office of Special Counsel, which protects whistleblowers. He has come forward to explain something else that he believes these guys are doing that we didn't know before. NPR was first to break this story today. Reporter Jenna McLaughlin.
It's wild to see Republicans. It's okay for the rest of the government to have access, but not Doge? Huh? Explain what you're they're not the government. That's the fucking point. And it's not that they had access to it. It's that they copied it. And now where is that data? One of the people in Doge got fired for stealing and selling data from the company he worked with. Yeah. They're selling your data. They're making money off your data. We don't care because we just bend over. We don't care what Doge does. They can have everything. Do you want my wife? Do you want my... Just kidding. You guys don't have wives.
Publishing a more than 7,000 word piece, citing more than 30 sources. But the core of the story is based on a whistleblower disclosure from an IT staffer at the National Labor Relations Board named Daniel Berulis. And last month, Mr. Berulis says that D.O.G.E staffers arrived at the headquarters of the National Labor Relations Board. He can't be positive they were from D.O.G.E, but whoever they were, he says they accessed National Labor Relations Board data systems for about a week. And then they deleted the accounts they had created
Renee.
in order to work in those systems. Now, what's in those systems? Well, National Labor Relations Board has a lot of internal data that's really sensitive. The point of that agency is they adjudicate labor complaints at various companies. So their internal systems include a lot of really sensitive proprietary data about U.S. companies and about their employees and about unions and about whistleblowers. It includes really sensitive stuff like witness testimony and legal information about ongoing cases. He believes DOGE staffers took steps to make sure that whatever they did while they were inside the systems at the agency was not logged.
Why'd we do that? Why are they hiding their activity from the logs? I don't know. You guys can be mad at me all you want. I don't know why you think like, oh, I love it when I love it when DOGE lies to us and they tell us they're not doing something and then they do it and then they cover their tracks. I love that. I hate in fact, I hate it when people tell me the truth. I only want people to lie to me.
So in the internal data systems of the agency, there were no traceable records of what they did inside the system because they configured their access to the system in ways that they could either manually or automatically remove traces of what they had done. But while they were in there, Mr. Berulis says there was a large exfiltration of data. Almost all text files. To give you a sense of how unusual this was.
All right, now explain this. This is the data this is the data that is downloaded. What the fuck is this?
It's just business as usual. Why are you so nervous that a government agency has access to another government agency?
Why can't you listen? Nobody's saying that. What's this download right here? This is what's normal. Even some spikes right in there. What the fuck is this? What is that?
It's normal. Lots of people download all the information and take it home with them. It's normal. If you are mad about this, you don't love America.
God damn, man. Like, stand up for yourselves. Have a little pride. Stop letting this shit happen to you. What is this? Before we go on, Republicans, what is it? What's this? Any idea?
You're using the worst liar at CNN.
It's MSNBC, dumbass. Get it right. What is it?
It's just normal.
It's a freedom spike. Get me. All right, there you go. All right, Matt, I'll explain it now.
Did you ever consider the previous administrations didn't download the information they were supposed to, and DOGE had to do it?
No, I didn't consider that. Dr. Clappin' Cheeks, because that doesn't make any fucking sense. You're not allowed to download this data. This is against the law. What are we doing? They were supposed to have read-only access. Please, Clappin' Cheeks, did you ever consider that they were lying to you? If they lied about their level of access, why? Why'd they lie about their level of access? There's nothing they can do that you guys won't defend. It's wild. I just want to know, why did your administration, why did DOGE, why did all of you show up on this live and be like,
it was read-only access. Duh. You guys are always hyperventilating. They're not going to take it. They don't even want your information.
Oh, bitch, they took it. So you can still poo-poo it all you want, but why did you guys lie? Why'd you let yourself be lied to? And why are you mad at me? Why are you mad at Rachel Maddow? We're just pointing out that they lied to all of you.
Well, we don't care, though. We're just trying to have Elon's babies.
Was for the agency. This screenshot from Mr. Berulis's disclosure shows that large spike in outbound traffic leaving the agency and how unusual it was compared to normal activity on their systems. He says the logs that should have shown what that was just attributed that large exfiltration of data to a deleted account. And he says the location where the data went had been obscured. There was no listing as to
transparency, right? That's what we're doing, and that's what DOGE is doing. Nobody is as transparent as DOGE. We delete the username and we delete any activity. And you tried to hide it. You tried to hide it from the logs too. Unfortunately, for the folks at DOGE, despite them saying they're the most brilliant people in the country, the people that work at NLRB and IT are just better.
To where the data went. Mr. Berulis then found that while these people were inside the system, they had disabled the core security systems that keep the agency's systems and data secure and private.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Guys, it's good. We have to get rid of those firewalls. We have to make sure that there's no security on our data. That's important, because how will we know if it's secure if nobody steals it? You got to get rid of all that. You got to deactivate all that shit. All right.
Had disabled controls that would prevent insecure or unauthorized mobile devices from logging onto the system without the proper security settings. There was an interface exposed to the public internet, potentially allowing malicious actors access to the NLRB's systems. Internal alerting and monitoring systems were found to be manually turned off, and multi-factor authentication was disabled.
Yeah, dude, all that shit is we got to go back to the days. No codes on phones, no thumbprints, no eye scan. Everybody's phone, everybody's information should be unlocked. Where's the people that were like, if somebody breaks into your home, do you just keep them there? Why do you have locks on your doors? Yeah, why do we protect our data? They just undo it all? Do you know how many people like minute by minute are trying to hack the federal government? It is 24/7, 365. People are trying to hack into these systems. Even a momentary lapse, even a couple minutes of taking security down not only exposes it for Doge, but for anybody else who's hacking. Potentially, we have a scenario here where that's not even all Doge. Potentially, that's a bunch of other people that we just let in, potentially. And did we vet any of these Doge employees? Did we vet them for foreign ties? Did we vet them for who's paying them? No, we didn't. We bypassed all that. Remember how Trump was like, we don't have time to do that. We're going to bypass all of these security checks. So we have unvetted members of Doge going in, breaking our security, downloading information that they weren't supposed to get access to, and you're here today.
This is all part of the plan. I voted for this. I voted for no security.
I noticed increased logins blocked by our access policy.
That's the point of this. Nobody's saying Elon stole it, you dumb dick. We're saying that the people at Doge did, and that they opened it up so that other people could steal it. Yeah, that's the whole claim here, dude. Nobody's saying it's on a thumb drive for Elon.
Yeah, well, now we really don't care, because if Elon doesn't have a thumb drive, who cares?
He's incompetent at best. At worst, he took this data and he gave it to people. That's worst case scenario. At best, he and his friends are completely incompetent. And at best, everybody who told you they had read-only access was lying to you. But you don't care, do you? You don't care about that. You're just telling me. You're sitting there saying, like, you're lying. Host, you're lying. This guy sucks. He's lying. This proves that you were lied to, and you don't care. None of you should get girlfriends or wives. It's going to be so easy for them to cheat on you.
Policy due to those logins being out of the country. For example, in the days after Doge accessed NLRB's systems, we noticed a user with an IP address in Russia started trying to log in. Those attempts were blocked, but they were especially alarming. Whoever was attempting to log in was using one of the newly created accounts that were used in the other Doge-related activities. It appeared they had the correct username and password.
How'd that happen? Doge creates a username and a password, and then it's accessed from a Russian IP? How'd that happen?
Well, Russia already hacks us, guys. This is nothing. This is a nothing burger.
Pretty fucking bad. It's pretty fucking bad. How'd they get it? How did Russia get that information? These guys were supposed to be geniuses. Donald Trump in the Oval called them geniuses. If they didn't do this on purpose, then they're fucking morons. They have no clue what they're doing. Again, best case scenario, they've opened up our systems to Russia. Best case scenario so far.
Now, these attempted logins from Russia were only stopped, quote, due to our no out-of-country logins.
The password was, the username was Big Balls, and the password was Big Balls 69420. It was too easy for them to figure it out. That's probably what it was.
Policy. But there were more than 20 such attempts. And what is particularly concerning is that many of these login attempts occurred within 15 minutes of those accounts being created by Doge engineers. Mr. Berulis says that within the agency, I
love that. IPs can't be trusted. It was probably just one of the Doge kids logging in from a Russian IP. Haha, 4D chess, bitches.
Saw enough to convene a formal review of what they perceived to be a serious breach, a theft of the agency's sensitive data. They started their formal review. They prepared a request to CISA, the cybersecurity agency at Homeland Security, to help them investigate. As that process of requesting help from CISA was underway, Mr. Berulis got a personal threat Quote, in the days after Berulis and his colleagues prepared a request for CISA's help investigating the breach, Berulis found a printed letter in an envelope taped to his door, which included threatening language, sensitive personal information, and overhead pictures of him walking his dog. It is unclear who...
Oh, that's normal. Yeah. No, all this is normal. This is normal. When you ask for help uncovering something like this, you get a letter taped to your door with pictures of you walking your dog, showing sensitive personal. It's not a threat. It's crazy. This is fucking crazy, guys. Like this is very, very real. This is shit you would see. Like if you saw this in a spy movie, you'd be like, I don't know. I think this is a little overdone. It really is like somebody's just watching spy movies and then running this administration. That's crazy. Gay dudes probably do watch Rachel Maddow. That's probably true. I'm sure there's some gay dudes that watch Rachel Maddow. That's true. Morons ignore it. Morons ignore an investigation like this. By the way, I don't know if you know this. You see this thing up here, NPR? See this name right here, Jen McLaughlin? She's the one that did all this research. The news reports news. This is news. This isn't Rachel Maddow making up anything. In fact, she's really not adding much commentary to it. I'm adding commentary. She's not really. She's just reporting on this. This whistleblower has provided all this information. This is all verifiable. This whistleblower has provided this information to members of Congress and is now under protective care. From who? Who do you think put that letter on his door? How do we get pictures of him walking his dog? How'd that happen? This is a terrifying time in America if you are not a MAGA ass licker. And I think that that's why most of the MAGA are still on board, because you recognize exactly what we recognize. That if you cross this administration, there doesn't seem to be a line they're unwilling to cross. If you go against what they're saying, like I'll be honest, I'm concerned. I'm far down the list, but I'm concerned. That quote that everybody's read, like they came for the Jews and I said nothing. They came for the trans people. I said nothing. They came for the gay people. I said nothing. Whatever it is, and then they came for me. That's who you are right now. Yeah, and that's honestly the difference between the left and the right. The right believes that they deserve all the rights, and that people who are different than them don't deserve the rights. And people who think differently than them should not get rights until they think like them. That's the biggest difference. And we believe that you all deserve rights. We deserve that everybody deserves the same level of respect and the same level of rights. That's the fundamental difference between us. And that's why we've been calling you guys fascists for the last couple of years. Because the guy that you voted for is a fascist and is doing fascism right now, and you're okay with it. Why? Because it's your beliefs. You don't care the means. As long as things happen that verify or validate your beliefs, you don't care. None of this bothers any of you. I honestly am shocked. I thought there would be some Republicans here that would see this and be like, uh-oh. And I think, frankly, I don't think any of you in a conversation one-on-one would act like you act in the chat. But I don't think you can defend this. And I don't think you want to defend this. I think you're just uncomfortable right now. And you're uncomfortable every day. And that's why the spiral seems to be what it is that every single day you guys are confronted with really uncomfortable information that you don't have answers for. And so you're only left with really two options: accept it and acknowledge that maybe these people aren't who you think they were, or just lash out at me. And I see many of you are choosing to lash out at me, and that's fine. I'm here for them.
It's just normal.